welcome back to another video. uh, in this video we'll be talking about what exactly is money. Okay, because understanding cryptocurrency, we have to understand this our normal currency we are using and how they have come to play in our lives, and not only in our lives, but how they have been uh affecting us, or why we really need cryptocurrency or adopt to cryptocurrency or even understand it. So before understanding cryptocurrency, let us understand our normal currency we are using, which is the fiat currency, or our normal banking system that the government has made us to really come to use. So in this image here, we can see the evolution of money. When money from a bag of gold, it evolved to the banking system, which is the credit card. Now we are in this smart device exchange type of system. Okay, but before we go on, or before we move on, let us really understand what exactly is money. Is money just that bag of gold and all that? So I want us to understand money. What does money do? What does it represent? So in this, let's read with me. I really want you to get a book. If you want to go get a book. The book is still available on Cryptozoom World. Okay.com, and the book is still available. So I'm just using the book to just emphasize on these things and make it clear, because I don't really need to do much here, because the explanation has been already given by me. So okay, I tried explaining how the history of money started and why, how to understand really. So when we read further, we understand the banking system, but I won't be going too further. So here I said money represent value. Okay, if I do some work for you, frankly speaking, money represent value. Is if I do some work for you and you give me money in exchange for the value I gave you, I can then use that money to get something of value from someone else in the future. Throughout history now, throughout history, uh, value has taken many forms, which is money. Money has taken many forms, and people have used a lot of different materials to represent money. Okay, which is value also. Okay, some have used wheat, gold, and bronze. So I want us to I further on to say, firstly, value was represented by barter trade, goods for goods. That was my point I wanted to go on to, which is the fact that money, first of all, was first of all, money represents value, is a good initiative to start with. Now, well, once there was a barter trade where, if I have a house, let me say a house, or and you have a land, and maybe I need your land. Let's not use a house and a land. Let's just use let's say I have rice, and you have let's say, what do I use, man? Beans or corn. Let's use corn. Okay. Now I have rice and you have corn, and I want your corn, uh, and I have rice. So I say I'll give you a certain bag of rice, then you give me a certain bag of corn, the vegetable corn. Okay, uh, so once you agree with me that you give me a certain bag of corn and I'll give you a certain bag of rice. Then we exchange these two things. That is what I mean by this barter trade and goods for goods. That was the first value, or how money was represented in in in, in the first uh, uh, should I say, at the beginning of money, uh, when money was initiated. So now, something brought up something. Money has to evolve. It has to evolve to another level. Okay, so uh, there was a problem with that barter trade. You see, maybe my own rice, or I have exchange with you. My rice is bigger, is bigger, but because of I need your corn, I have to just take your corn with the amount, or the quantity it is. So this has brought in a problem among people. So it has to evolve. So that then, gold exchange and bronze, gold exchange and bronze was initiated. Now, secondly, gold has often been used as a medium of exchange. Gold has represent money uh, several times. I think up to now, but though it doesn't represent money, it represents asset now. But now, gold now, after the barter trade, gold, bronze, silver, and these precious metals, they have now been used. They have now been uh, used uh, as a medium of exchange. Now when I have rice, I go to the market, and you must have a gold, some pieces of coin gold, okay, to get my rice. Okay, now when you give me, like, let's say a piece of coin, then I give you the rice. So it's now, it has represented money, a medium of exchange. Okay, so we now something really happened again. Something happened. Let's read first of all, then explain what really happened. Now, in order for something to represent value, people have to trust that is indeed valuable and will stay valuable long enough for them to redeem the value in the future. I think that was something we said earlier about money being represented as value. You see, now, why did people accept gold as a medium of exchange? Is because they believe that even 10 years to come, they will still use gold to buy and purchase goods and services. Okay, now something happened along the way, and we have changed the trust model from trusting gold to trusting someone, which is money. So now, what this is, how it is saying, is that along the line, the need for carrying gold to buy things was now too it was too heavy for people, for the masses to be able to, because when civilization started coming up, people now found that before they could get some, let's say I want to buy a house or a land, I have to get it, like some bags of gold. And if I'm going on a distance journey, I might be robbed, and you see, so, or it's too heavy for me to carry it if I don't have like a donkey, or like so the horse or whatever. So this became a problem. So someone have has to come up with a solution to this problem. which then the paper it was called receipt at that time. So it was introduced. Okay, now over time, people find it too over large to walk around the world carrying bags of gold or other forms of valuable bronze. I think that was what was said. So, paper currency was involved, or paper money rather, was invented rather. Sorry. So now there was something. Now the government was known then. Now because of this, the government now initiated what is called the paper receipt. So in order for you to get this paper receipt, why people we are complaining about the whole stuff about their 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 the stress in taking up so much gold and to buy or exchange for their wants. So the government came up with the idea that uh, uh, they, they won't take your over the possession of your gold, then they will give you $1,000. Then $1,000 like a million, not a million or whatever. So 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 they'll give you like $1,000 as a receipt, a certificate that your bar of gold is with them. So when you return that $1,000, then they will give you back your gold. Okay, I will show you some of the receipts they gave at that time. So uh, so when you return that bar of gold, they give you back when you receive when you uh when you bring back the receipt, the $1,000 receipt they have given to you. I think here I said when you return, in return, the bank will give you a receipt certificate, which we call bill, amounting in $1,000. So it's still the same thing I'm trying to say here. When you return the receipt certificate, the receipt certificate that has been given to you, the receipt that has been given to you, which is in bills, $1,000. So the bank or the government himself, then banks wasn't invented though. So the government will give you back the bar of gold that you have deposited or they have claimed ownership of while their bill was with you. Now gradually then the trusting model of what will represent value or what will uh, replace exchange for goods and services was changing. Now you find out that people now have now laid their trust on the government providing a solution for their problem, which was the much which was because of the problem of the gold being so much heavy for them to carry and all that. So because of this reason now, the government now brought this solution and the people was happy about it. They were happy about it. Now one thing you take from here is that money now is all about the people. Once the people agree to use this money, now they will use it. So it's not about the government now, it's about the people now. So once the people agreed about this now, it was going fluently. Now let's read on. There are some points I want you to get. So paper began its use as a form of money, as an instrument of practicality and convenience. As as time progressed and due to microeconomic changes, this bond between the paper receipt and the gold it stands for was broken. Now I want you to get this. Okay, let's finish. And people continue to trade with receipts that are backed by nothing, instead by the government promise. The people trusted the government. That was why it could work this way, and that's how the paper money, or we call it fiat currency, the fiat money was created. So I want you to understand this now. Now, when once the people was able to give the government their bar of gold or their coins of gold in exchange for that paper receipt or the paper bill called the receipt, $1,000. So as time progressed, as time went on, you see they found more convenience in using that paper instead of using their bar of gold they carry in sack bags to make transactions. So instead of them using gold now, they just give you a paper and you give them that piece of land or that house. So it was more convenient for them. And they said since the government has provided a brilliant idea for them, so they should equally leave their gold for the government. That is how the government were able to take most of the gold from them and give them uh, uh, the paper receipt or the dollar receipt, dollar bill, the $1,000 bill receipt they have now. So now, once you have a lot of gold in your house, you go to the government, you redeem that lot of gold with a paper receipt, or okay. So that was how now the system now acknowledged the paper bill, and soon enough it was the form. It was a form of money. It was an exchange. It was an exchange medium. Now the problem of this paper money, or this dollar bill receipt, is that there was nothing significant that was backing it. It was only the trusting in the government that backed it. The idea that the government brought in that backed the paper receipt. Initially, it was the gold that was backing it, but once the gold was removed from the process, now uh, it came a time where they don't use gold anymore to you know now I want you to understand this. I think I went too far. I want you to understand this now. There was a time, before you get a paper bill, you have to get a gold to be able to redeem to a paper bill. Now, once you have the paper bill back, you can redeem it back to gold. Now, then another time came where paper bill now was a medium of exchange, was the more convenient way people exchange goods and services. So now the government now made it made it so efficient, and they introduced another bill where you know you don't really now your goods now are being backed by the 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 paper bill. uh I'm saying the wrong way. Your paper bill now are being backed by your gold in the hands of the government. So now we went from people redeeming their gold for paper bill to their gold backing their paper bill that has been used by be used as a medium of exchange. So it was something backing the paper bill that we are using then. So afterwards, so there was the gold was taken out of the system. The government took the gold out of the system, and now it was as if the the gold was nothing now. Now it is the government that is backing. Another bill was introduced, so it was now the government backing that bill receipt. You can still call it a receipt, a certificate. So it's still the same thing, because what we have now is that is what we have now. Basically, it is a receipt, a certificate that the government issues backed by the government himself, because people started trusting the government instead of trusting their gold. So now the government now were the one backing this new paper receipt introduced. Now we have seen a three receipt that has been given: the one that will redeem for gold, the one that gold backs, and the one that the government backs. Okay, so I hope I did a little good explanation there. So now, okay, now, okay, I think I'm going somewhere. So uh, the 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 government, soon enough, they brought in this digital money. It was very very easy for the fiat currency. I wanted to talk about the fiat currency, what exactly it means. So, what I said here is that the fiat currency is a Latin word that means by decree, meaning the dollar, meaning big. So, the fiat currency is like the decree of the government, is because of their authority. That is why it is being used today. Okay, that is, they are the one backing it. Okay, just as we explained, money went from three, the paper receipt went from three stages to where this is the last stage. This is the third stage. It is right now, which is by the decree of the government, by the authority or the backing of the government. Okay, so now, the government orders it, also known as a legal tender. So the government made this fiat currency a legal tender, or this paper receipt a legal tender, because of their authority or by their decree. So now, so the value of today's money actually comes from a legal status given to it by a central authority, which is the government. So now the trust model has changed from trusting gold, bronze, silver, and whatever, to trusting someone, which is the government. Okay, so this fiat government, this this fiat money rather, authoritative money, decreed money, has two main problems. Okay, it's centralized, meaning it has a central authority that controls it. The central authority controls and issue it, uh, and which is basically the government. And secondly, it is not limited by quantity, meaning the government can print any amount of money as they like into the market. Now, okay, let me finish. The problem with this printing money is because when you are flooding the market with money, the value of each dollar you are printing will drop, which now makes up the inflation we are talking about. Now, any money you own is worthless, and the value is worthless. Okay, that is one thing. One The two main problem this fiat currency is facing right now. So, but before we go further, I want us to understand that after the government has made this decree that the fiat currency will be a legal tender, or this paper bill receipt will be a legal tender. So people started trusting the government that they have a nice idea to make them uh, have a good medium of exchange. So they declared that the fiat currency is a legal tender from henceforth. So the gold wasn't anymore valid anymore as a medium of exchange. Okay, so now I want you to understand something. After wars, now making this legal tender, or this fiat currency, or this money, or this paper bill into digital form was very very easy. So, but before we go into the digital form of it, now this legal tender they made the dollar bill receipt or the fiat currency has two main problem, which is because it is being run by this government. So once they see that they have, or the government see they are lacking a little money, they go in and print more money. So because of their being in control and they are the one issuing all the money, so it has brought in greed, and so many problems have evolved. So one of the two main problem is because they are in control and because they print so much money because of some certain things they want to please a certain type of people. So because of this, prices become, when they print more money, the value of things in the market goes worthless, goes up, and the value of the money goes is now worthless. So I want us to uh, take, okay, this picture pretty explains the evolution of money. So I just give, and we're done here, because this is like a summary for all. uh, I want us to I want us to understand it really, really well enough. So in the next segment, we'll be discussing something pretty nice. Okay, so we went from barter trade, like I said, yam, rice and corn. But here, rice, I have rice, and you have corn. We exchange it. Okay, and we went from that to gold, from gold to cash. So like I told you how the steps the cash took, and from cash we got into these credit cards and debit cards we're using right now, and the what's it called? Yeah, the Visa and the banking system. So from there we went into this our normal banking system we're using, this PayPal, remittance, and Western Union, and whatever. So because of this electronic use now, money now has been converted into into the digital form. So it was very easy now for us, for cryptocurrency to be created using the help of cryptography. Okay, so this is the birth given to this birth, this procreated cryptocurrency. Okay, so I believe this is a good explanation to what we have been discussing for a while now. Take care and have a good